Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with quite the box. Here it is. It's the William Christie Complete Erato recordings. Holy mackerel. This is what, 61 CDs it looks like? This thing is just a monument to artistry, scholarship, and the ability of the authentic performance, historically informed, whatever they want to call themselves, movement to recover just a tremendous amount of repertoire and make it valid and fresh and viable and delicious and wonderful. I mean, really, I don't think there's a better collection of this type at all. Ever from anybody. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The quality is consistently top ranked. The performances are first rate. The singing is amazing. It's almost all vocal music. I think it is all vocal music, actually. No, there's some violin sonatas. Okay, fine. But otherwise, yeah, it's almost all opera and vocal music and oratorio and stuff. French and English and wonderful. All of it just amazing. Christie was incredible. Is incredible. Les Arts Florissants, his ensemble is terrific. I mean, really just a class act all the way around. And when you look at this in a cube like this, you just sort of wonder, like, wow, how did they do it? It's so good, and there's so much of it. So let's go through this. I'm just going to tell you what's in here, and you know, it's not all equally fabulous. Yes, everyone's going to have their issues, but with certain things. But basically, I mean, it's amazing. It's an incredible legacy that everybody should have to dip into once in a while. I can't open. It's a big cube, and there we go. That's that. Let's see. Where is the generous booklet? Little sliver with no texts, which is just a disgrace. You really need to have the original sets because, this deserves a certain deluxe treatment. It really does. And the fact that it doesn't get it is kind of sad. And you have in here no track listings. Look at that. You just get an index of works in the back. Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, absolutely ridiculous. And they are printed. They're printed here on the box. No, not this part of the box. They're printed on this part of the box. No, they could have sworn I saw them here somewhere. Oh yeah, there they are. See, there's the stuff. They're there, and then there's a partial list here, and then the rest of it is where did it go? Could have sworn I saw it here. Well, oh, there it is. I mean, how many sides does a cube have? It has to be on one of them, right? That tells you what's on it, so you can look at the cube bit here and do that, or we can look at the work list, or we can just look at the CDs, which are wonderfully original jacket things. Yeah, it's 61 CDs. You know, really, it's amazing, isn't it? Something of this quality and this scope, to just sort of throw it in a box like this and say, here, take it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I mean, it needs to be preserved. So to that extent, however long this thing lasts, it's good that they boxed it all up, especially if they're going to delete all the original releases or most of them. But, this is such shabby treatment. There are times when I really get a little upset about these things. I really do, because it's not right. It's just not right. I mean, you should give people everything that they need in order to enjoy the music. And that really includes the words at a minimum, the original booklets. Oh, damn. Still, I have to recommend this because there's no other way to get it. And you can hunt around online and find probably most of what you need to find. And look at this. You don't even get a track list with casts. You have to actually pull out the discs. So I'm going to do that, and we're going through this. Oh, my God. All right. So here's the first clump. It gets us through, let's see, CD 18, right? Yes. Okay, here we go. Ready? First, Andre Compra, grand motets. Oh, these are lovely works with like famous people. Do we need to know who all the singers are now? We'll do that with the operas, I think. This is sacred music, and so we don't care. No, we do care. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Christie's work on behalf of French composers has just been amazing. Charpentier, particularly, of which there is quite a bit here. So we've got Andre Compre motets. Then we've got little motets by Compre and Couperin. And these are these petite motettes by all other people too. Francois Couperin and Andre Compre, and that's who they are. Okay, fine. Then we've got, Charpentier's Medea. Yes. Oh, my goodness. This was juicy. This was his second recording of it. He did it for Harmonia Mundi as well. I mean, his Harmonia Mundi legacy is also fabulous. And we've got, Lorraine Hunt, the amazing Lorraine Hunt, Mark Padmore, Monique Zanetti, and Jean-Marc Saltzman, and Bernard, Delaire and other people like that. And they're wonderful singers, and it's a wonderful opera. It's Medea. What could be bad, right? So we've got all of that stuff. And you get, Act 4 and Act 5, and yes, the whole thing is here. So you've got Charpentier's Medea, and then Charpentier's The Descent of Orpheus into Hell. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Who's singing here? Patricia Pettibon and Monique Zanetti is back, and other people like that. Oh, Sophie Donovan is there, and Paul Agnew, and all those famous people that we love so much. Charpentier, Les Plaisirs de Versailles, a pastoraletta. So there's that thing. And we've got Divertissement and Airs de Concert by Charpentier. And then we've got his sacred music, the Midnight Mass, which of course you've got to have. And in Nativitatem Domini Canticum, there's that stuff, some sacred music, and the Te Deum, and the Grand Office des Morts. Oh boy, it's about dead things. I mean, nothing's more exciting than when they do death, right? So we've got the Te Deum, which is wonderful, and look at this, the Grand Office of Death is for soloist, double chorus, and orchestra. Yummy. That's fun. That's a reconstruction, actually, but it's very well reconstructed. And we have, the Judgment of Solomon, which is sort of like an oratorio thing, although it's a French one, so it's like really short. It's a Histoire Sacrée, a sacred history. And then a motet for a long offering, for a long offertory. Yeah, it's a long offertory. It's not such a long, it's about 20 minutes or so. Then we have his Couperin, Leçon des Ténèbres. Oh, yeah. Ténèbres, darkness. Yeah, the pre-Easter fun and frolic. That's there. It's a little gloomy. And let's see. Oh, Desmarest. Desmarest. I don't know how to pronounce that. His grand motets Lorraine, as in the quiche. Yes, and Handel's Orlando. Oh, this is fabulous. This is with, who's singing this stuff. We've got Orlando, Patricia Bardon, Rosa Magnon, Ellie Summons, and Rosemary Joshua, and Harry Vanderkamp, and all these people. Orlando's such a great opera. He goes crazy most of the time, actually. It's exciting because it has the world's first 5/4 bar in it, in his mad scene or something like that. But anyway, it's really, really great. This is wonderful. And we have Acis and Galatea with Sophie Donovan and Patricia Pettibon and Paul Agnew and Joseph Cornwall and Alan Ewing as Polyphemus. Are there any bad performance of Acis and Galatea? I don't know. It's kind of indestructible. That's why it was Handel's most popular opera in his day, because you really couldn't go wrong with it. All right, wait a minute. Let's get the next clump. What's this? All right. Yeah. Next big clump. Here they are. And we have Handel, Alcina. Oh, with Renee Fleming, Susan Graham, and Natalie Dessay. I mean, come on. Alcina's great. Alcina, pardon me. We call it Alcina in English, but she's Alcina. No, Alcina would mean to dinner, wouldn't it? Alcina with, these amazing singers who are absolutely fabulous, and it's just a wonderful opera. Oh, my goodness. goodness, it's terrific. And the Oratorio Theodora. 3 discs. Wow, it's long, isn't it? Oh, God. Gorgeous. Such a beautiful, beautiful work. It is lovely. With Sophie Donovan and Daniel Taylor, countertenor. Ugh. Richard Croft and other people like that. Fine, fine cast. Wonderful performance. Xerxes, a comedy. It is a comedy. Xerxes is an idiot. Yeah. It's got the famous Largo from Xerxes, you know, that thing, that aria, which is actually to a tree that became a church hymn. And I actually did a video all about Handel's famous Largo from Xerxes. You want to go take a look at that. It's really fun, actually, to hear the history of what this poor little aria went through. We have Anna Sophie von Oder and Elizabeth Norberg Schultz and Sandrine Piau and Lawrence Zazo, and just a wonderful, wonderful cast. Giovanni Furlanetto, and yeah, like famous people. So there's Xerxes. Then we've got Handel violin sonatas with Hiro Kurosaki and Bill Christie. There we are. Chamber music, 1 disc. Yeah, not a vocal thing. Haydn the Creation. Let's see who's doing this. We've got, let's see, Genia Kuhmeyer, yes, and Toby Spence and Dietrich Henschel and Sophie Karthäuser and Marcus Verba. It's a good creation. It's not my fave, but it has the same qualities that all of his music of that type does. Going into the classical period is a little later than he usually gets, but they do it well. Sigismondo d'India madrigals. Well, those are beautiful. Oh, my goodness, they're beautiful. They were composed between 1582 and 1628, so that's lovely. And then we've got this thing, Landi. Yes, Stefano Landi from 1587 to 1639. And this is Il Sant Alessio, opera in 3 acts. Goodness gracious. Bet you haven't heard that recently. I sure as hell haven't. So there you go. Lully, some Lully, Les Divertissements de Versailles, Grand Scène Lyrique, Great Operatic Scenes by Lully. Well, this is fun with all the usual people. Now you know who's singing these things. We don't need to go through it because it's a very consistent recurrence of major voices. And we have the Capella Colonensis and the Corona Colonensis doing Mehul's Stratonice, opera comique in 1 act. Oh, I love 1 act opera comique, 64 minutes. Yay! It's over. Yo, it's terrific. And what a cast. Patricia Pettibon, and I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but yeah, look at these people. And Carl Damon and Etienne Lecroix, Jan Buron, tenor. There we go. Yeah, famous people. Okay. Mondonville, Grand Motets. Can't have too many of these. There's 3 of them, actually. I mean, a grand motet in the French style is a multi-movement composition for soloists and choir and all of that stuff. And they can last quite a bit. And this is 71 minutes and 3 motets. So you could get a sense of it. It's really cool. And then we've got Monteverdi's Vespers. Isn't that fun? The Monteverdi Vespers are a wonderful, wonderful performance of that. And let's see, I'm going to do it this way because we've got Mozart coming up. The Requiem. I mean, everyone likes the Mozart Requiem except me. We've got the Great Mass in C minor. It's a beautiful performance of that, by the way. It really is lovely. Soloists are wonderful. Patricia Pettibon, Lynn Dawson, Joseph Cornwell, and Alan Ewing. And Les Sac-Boutiers de Toulouse are joining Les Arts Florissants. Yeah, yummy, yummy. And we have the Zauberflute. Yay, the Zauberflute with, who's singing Zauberflute? We've got Reinhard Hagen, Hans-Peter Blockwitz. The Queen of the Night is Natalie Dessay. Yeah, I love her. She's wonderful. Rosa Magnon, soprano, is Pamina, and Anton Schariger is Papageno, and Papagena is Linda Kitchen, and Willard White. Oh, Willard White is the Sprecher. It's nice that he's back. So this is a very good Zauberflute. I mean, people tend to like it. It got good reviews. I enjoy it. I don't really like the opera, but that's okay. And then we have the Abduction from the Seraglio. Yeah. And this is with Christine Schaefer and Patricia Pettibone and Ian Bostridge. And look at all these famous people. I mean, oh, they're just oozing famosity. So you've got these Mozart thingies. Dido and Aeneas with Veronique Jean as Dido and Nathan Berg as Aeneas, and Belinda is Sophie Marie Degore, soprano, and who's the witch? First witch, second witch. I like the Sophie Daneman is the first witch. I love the witches. They're the best things in this opera, frankly. Then we've got King Arthur, Purcell's King Arthur, with Veronique Jean and other famous people. King Arthur and Purcell Divine Hymns. Some divine hymns, which are divine. This is actually not just Purcell. It's also, let's see, William Croft and John Blow and Pelham Humphrey. So you've got a bunch of hymns, which is interesting. I'm going to put some of these away because they're going to fall over and make a terrible mess. And then the cats will get into them. And did it go this way or did it go that way? This way. All right. Let me see if we can do this. There we go. Where do we start? Oh, I see. Okay. And then we'll do it like this. Hang on, folks. We're getting there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's where we started. There we go. So those are back safely in their little box. And now we can do the rest. Here we go. You ready? We're in the home stretch. Rameau, the Grand Motets. Beautiful works. It's Rameau. What's not to love? Rameau's Hippolyte et Aricie. Holy crap, his first and most famous tragédie lyrique. That's what it is, right? Yes, it's a tragédie lyrique. I actually remembered something. Wow, baby. With Mark Padmore and Maria Panzarella. I was going to say, Pizzeria. Anna Maria Pizzeria. Lorraine Hunt, Laurent Naouri, and this Arian James, mezzo-soprano, and people like that. Okay. That's like major. It's an incredible work. It's a fabulous performance. It really is. Rameau, Les Fêtes d'Hébert. This Rameau stuff is wonderful. It's just wonderful. This is an apricot. It's an opera ballet, and it's just delicious. Where's the cast? Oh, it's on disc 1. Okay, there we go. Sophie Daneman and, Paul Agnew and Sarah Connolly. I mean, you know who all these people are. You know you're going to get really top quality stuff. With little exceptions people can quibble about, but generally speaking, wow, they're great. Then we have Rameau, the Garland of Zephyr, Le Guirlande Zephyr, which is a ballet in one act. Well, oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 2 ballets. I got the Garland. There we go. Le Guirlande and Zephyr. They're separate ballets in one act. And here they are. But they were grouped together. I have the original things of all this stuff. So Zoroastre. Oh, yeah. One of his very late operas. It's a tragédie lyrique, of course. With Mark Padmore is in this one, and Mrs. Pizzeria, Panzarella. There we go. And then we've got, let's see, Les Arts Florissants, Le Jardin des Voix, the Garden of Voices. This is a collection of stuff by Purcell and Mazzocchi and Rossi and Michel Lambert and Charpentier and Rameau and Compra and Handel, and it's like greatest hits, Mozart and people like that. And then finally, Duetti with Philippe Jarouski and Max Emanuel Cencic. It's 2 dueling countertenors. That, to me, is like my idea of a trip to hell. So there you go. They're actually very good countertenors. I mean, the countertenors have come quite the ways since, the early days of Alfred Deller. They actually sound like human beings now, and they can emote, and it's really a whole different thing. So there they are. And here's the box, which I will now try to reassemble without causing something awful to happen. Okay, that's that. That's this. This is the List of stuff. Yes, I did it correctly. Yay! Christie, great, 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 great. I mean, there's no way I can get into any sort of detail in discussing these things. You have to take them one performance at a time. But this is one amazingly distinguished box of material. That's all I can tell you. And now you know what's in it in excruciating detail. And believe me, the performances are vastly more exciting and interesting than my recitation of what they are. They really are. Trust me here. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me, and take care.